Hello everyone, this is Asu Weston Chandler here. Okay guys, let's get into the story right now. You've more than likely heard about this of Christian Weston Chandler having a baby, having his girlfriend pregnant. He's gonna have a kid soon, and he had it before you. Kill yourself. And I will admit, I'm somewhat late to the story, but I still want to cover anyways, because it is fucking insane. So this whole story, from what I've seen, it started from this clip of Chris's recent stream back in November 24, where someone donated, it sounded like a joke with, donate $2, saying, when are you gonna announce the child you're having? Of course, it sounds like a joke, what context would you say that? But Chris, they actually answer it with the most bizarre response, saying how they're expecting it around summer.
When the child is actually coming into play, or somewhere around that point, or I just might keep y'all in the dark and let y'all know it and wait till after the child is born. I mean, after all, I have a right to my privacy. There's no person that y'all need to know about. Man, yeah, beeswax.
And then from there, they just stopped talking about it. After that, that was the one time they mentioned it, and then they go back to talking about how they want to get the S rank on the level on this autistic, Sonic game. And it's, like I said, it's a 3-hour long stream, and that's the one time they mention it. If there's one person mentioning it, it's just Christian, can you really believe 100%? But at the same time, they're not really the kind of person that should be joking around. So if they say they're planning for a kid around summer, around that time, are they being serious? I actually don't know. And if you could barely hear what they were saying, I don't blame you because they mumbled the words, but the actual quote was, when a child is actually coming to play for summer, somewhere around the point, or I just might keep you all in the dark and let you all know and wait until after the child is born. The most indirect way to answer that. Let's be for real. If they're actually having a kid, I want to know now, because otherwise, it'd be a huge bombshell of a headline of Christian Jr. being born. I want you to know, is this being for real? Actually fucking happening? And again, if the story's just coming from that video, from that clip, I don't know how far I can take it, believe it. So for now, for part 2, I want to cover the girlfriend of Christian, which, for any neurotypical person, sounds massive. They have a girlfriend, which they do. If you remember back a year ago, Christian got arrested, they went to prison, then they got let out, very easily, for the crime of, doing that to their mom. And people know, how whenever they saw Christian outside in public, they saw them with a young-looking, short woman, with them, around Walmart, around GameStop, no contact, is she a handler? Is she a girlfriend? No, there's no way. Who is she? So Christian addressed this with all the Reddit posts and Kiwi Farms questioning it, with a video called Setting the Record Straight. And I remember covering this video a year ago as well when it came out, shitty quality, barely any commentary. But I don't around the part she mentioned about the girlfriend is around the 6-minute mark. I either don't remember that, or I was so lazy I didn't watch the whole video. But yeah, they refer to her as their girlfriend, going by the name Flutter.
I'll tell you a little something about her. She's a friend of mine, and I refer to her only as Flutter.
Because she likes Fluttershy.
Okay?
Christian goes on to talk about how they met when she wrote to him in prison saying oh, I'm a big fan of you, or I don't know what the context was, but so bizarre that she sent fan letters to them in prison. And from there, once they got out, they actually met up in a city called Lynchburg in Virginia, apparently. And from there, yeah, they bonded. They became good friends. Then moving past that, became lovers or girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever. Oh, and by the way, she's 30. She looks way younger than whatever picture I'm gonna show in the video. But yeah, she's actually a fully grown woman. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's the gist of it. If you want to know more about her, then I recommend this Kiwi Farms post, which autistically covers everything about her and her role in Christory, showing most of the videos, most of the photos people took of her, with Christian out in public, where they're all huggy wuggy with her, and Flutter is very uncomfortable with them. I mean, it's very apparent that, they're in a relationship, so she might have a resting bitch face, But again, in those videos, it looks so bizarre, like having this behemoth of an autistic person or Christian walking around, and this 4'7" person, which again, by the face, looks insanely young. But yeah, again, that post on Kiwi Farms is pretty good. My favorite part, it links to Chris's Duolingo account, which people somehow found, and like it shows like how they tried to learn Spanish and Hebrew a tiny bit, but they tried really hard on Finnish, like, you know, trying to make a connection with their girlfriend, which is cute in some way. But again, I want to step back and think about it. Like, I want to think about the story of this headline of Christian having a kid, because again, this story is coming purely from that clip where can you really trust 100% as Christian as a trustworthy narrative? I'm not sure. And if you watch that clip back, you could possibly interpret what they're saying as, oh, they're planning for a pregnancy on summer, like during that time. More so, you know, they're expecting the kid at summer. You could get both from that simple statement she made, murmuring it, you know, with a shitty microphone. But if it's the first one, there is a chance that the headline of, you know, Christian having a kid would not happen. You know, like sometime, you know, after that, will she be like, I don't want to have a kid with a Finnish accent, and they just cancel it or they break up. And that's pretty important to consider, because the other party involved, her, the mother, you can't have a kid without her. So if they break up, very highly likely, then yeah, it will not happen. And plus, like, you really step back, this is a girl, is a woman going off with Christian. Like, it really feels like, you know, it feels like one of those like Hollywood, like, you know, couples where the famous, they meet up, but then after a while they break up, where it just doesn't work with two people who are mentally not in the right place. But like, I really have to hearken. She wrote to them in prison first. They're a big fan, and I was like, if there's a relationship with a fan and a, you know, a big star, then yeah, like even more of a catalyst of them breaking up, because I've never seen that actually work between two people. By the way, I'm talking about the story. I'm really thinking about it. I don't want Christian to have a kid. Like, if you know the full Christory, you know like how fucked it was of, you know, two parents who they themselves, you know, were pretty mentally bad, having a kid, you know, deeply autistic, where it was the worst possible combination. And I'm not saying that, you know, if the parents are both autistic, I think it's gonna be hyper autistic, but it's more so the environment where Christian's not suitable and the mother probably isn't either. So yeah, even though I've seen people being like, oh my god, Christian got laid and got someone pregnant before me, I'm seeing this more as bad news, because if they actually do have a kid, it's gonna be insanely sad. Like, I can't see this in any other way than just being miserable. I'm sorry, it's just not.